Hello and welcome to the studio where we paint away the stress of everyday life here in Wales. So I thought we'd do some flowers today. So I've still got my portrait on easel which I'm working on at the moment. I don't know if you can see that over my right shoulder. So I'm going to be filming down again today, but I've changed the board that I'm actually going to be working on. So I'll explain that to you in 1 second. But before we do that, let's have a look at the colours I'm going to be using in this lesson. Let me explain to you what I've done to the paint, because I've done something special to it today. So let's have a look at these colours. So as you can see, I've got some titanium white. I got some cadmium red, cerulean blue. I got some hooker's green, and I've actually added a little bit of white and yellow to the hooker's green to make like a pepperminty green, and I've got some cadmium yellow there. Now the board I'm going to be painting on today is an acrylic board by Winsor and Newton. This is a 10 by 8 inch canvas, or 254 by 203 millimeter. And the board there is actually got a canvas sheet over it. I don't know if you're familiar with these. And it has been pre-primed and not gessoed. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that board as we progress through this painting. And so all I've got that on the easel there, as you can see. And I've gessoed that with a couple of coats of gesso and a little bit of blue paint as a ground. So without further ado, let's get on to the painting. Okay, so we got our 10 by 8 board. As I said, I've previously gessoed this. I've put a little bit of cerulean blue in with the gesso. Let me just move my coffee. In with the gesso just to give it a little bit of a tone. So that tones back the canvas, and it gives it a nice look about a canvas. Now I'm not going to paint from top to bottom, from side to side. I'm just going to paint a section of this because I just want to show that you don't always have to cover the whole canvas just going to get an effective painting. Now today I'm going to be using a palette knife and one brush. That's a size 8 detail brush. If you haven't got a palette knife, don't worry. Try and get cut a little bit of plastic or something like that. Anything, a spatula you could use. But you can get these palette knives quite cheaply in an art store, just for a few dollars or a few pound, and even plastic ones will do the job if you're not familiar with palette knives in any way, shape or form. So on my palette you can see that I've already thickened up some paint. I've used my own thickening agent, which you can get at www.clive5art.co.uk. Pop along there and look for thickening agent. I'm going to be discussing that in more detail across a wide range of different painting companies and painting products that you can use this in, not just with my own acrylic paint. But without further ado, let's just get a little bit of blue up there like that, and a little bit of white, and let's just lighten that up like that. There you go. You can use a brush if you want to, but because this is quite a thick paint, so I quite like to use a palette knife with it. There you go. Just a nice bright cerulean blue. Cerulean blue has got a bit of a green undertone to it, so it's more of a green side then. It's more on the green side. There you go. So I'm going to be using my little board. There we are. So I'm going to be putting my paint on there just to scrape it off. So if you can hear me scraping, that's all I'm doing. Nothing special. If I mix some paint, I will let you know. And I thought we'd just go just across like this. Just drag that paint across there like this. Let's get a bit of colour. Don't worry how thick it is. Let's get a bit of paint. I'm just going to put paint on my board, as I said, and I'm just going to drag that across like that. So you need to get the paint just on the edge of your palette knife. Just drag that across like that. That's it, done. Okay, So we also need some kitchen rolls to wipe our palette knife with. What I might do is actually get a little bit of white. Hang on, let's just get a little bit of white. I'm just going to mix a little bit of that with our blue. I'm just put a bit of white just there like that. Maybe just a little bit more, just to give that bit of a bright spot. Then I can see there like that. There we are. That looks a bit better to my eye. Looks a bit better to my eye. So let's let the fun begin. Let's get some yellow paint. You can go directly off the palette, but I'm just gonna blob it on. I'm gonna blob it on to my wooden palette. There we are. Just blob it on like that. I'm just gonna put my palette knife down. And what I'm gonna do then is grab some paint onto my brush like this. I'm just gonna pull in some marks like this. There you go. A couple of marks maybe that way. And here like that. Just a few bits and pieces like this. Wash that brush very quickly. Doesn't have to be dead clean. That's not the problem. Okay, let's get some of this lovely hooker's green. Let's put some hooker's green by there. Let's add a little bit of this yellow to that. Let's just lighten that hooker's green up a bit. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Let's just lighten that up a bit like that. Have a bit of fun today. And that's what it's all about sometimes, experimenting, having fun. Now you could do this painting on a larger scale if you wanted to. And again, if selling is your thing, these are the things you can sell and even paint on craft fairs and things. Just get a little bit of that darker hooker's green and just make a few flicky bits like that. There we go. It just goes to show that it doesn't have to be all landscapes and seascapes and mountains and things you have to paint. Sometimes you can just have fun and you can put a few little flick marks in like that, just with the edge of your brush. There you go. Just make it interesting. Make it interesting. There we go. Just make it interesting. Very quickly. Very quickly. We got some sort of an area like this. Put some globby paint in. Don't worry how thick this paint is. It doesn't matter how thick this paint goes on. There you go. Let's clean our brush once more. I'll have to get some more kitchen roll. I'm going to have to raid the kitchen cupboard where I know my wife stores this stuff. So I'm picking up some yellow. Putting a bit there like that. Put another glob there. Put another glob there like that. Right, let's get a bit of white paint. A bit of white paint. Just mix that in. So I'll show you. You can use it with a brush as well, so it doesn't matter. Your brush gets a big globby. Use an old brush. Yeah, look how globby that brush is. Doesn't matter. That's what it's all about. Just put a bit of highlight in, like that, just on top of them. Could be flowers, couldn't they? And a few little bits here and there like that. There you go. Okay. Okay, so now let's clean my palette knife off again. Let's get a bit of red. A little bit of red. Plonk that on the board. You can use any piece of wood. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Any piece of wood. It doesn't have to. If you've got a husband or you're handy yourself, or you're a gentleman that's got a shed like me, then just get a piece of plywood, cut a hole so you can put your thumb in like that. There you go. That's all you need to do, is hold it like that, like an artist. And then you can pretend you are an artist and Everybody will be amazed. That's what I do. I always pretend. I pretend I'm an artist. I believe it myself sometimes. Okay, so drying our brush. Get some of this pink. Get some pink like that. Put a nice blob of pink in like that. Think about maybe leaf shapes or something. And get a little bit of dark red. Just put a bit of shadow in. I'm only picking up a little bit of dark red, just a little bit of dark red, just to get a little bit of shadow in there. So it looks as if it's a little flower. Get some more red. Get some more red. And let's put a leaf in there like that. And we could have another leaf in there like that. Another bit of a leaf there like that. There we go. We could put another leaf there like that. There we go. A leaf like that. Nice thick globby paint. Doesn't matter how thick it is. Thicker the better actually, because it looks a little bit more three-dimensional then like that. We could do that. And we could get a little bit of yellow just on the tip of the brush. Don't chuck this paint away. You can keep this paint. And just put a bit of paint right in the middle like that. Wow, look at that. Flowers everywhere. Now we could darken this red. I tell you what I could get. I got some Prussian blue here. Let's get a little bit of Prussian blue. Let's get a little bit of Prussian blue. Let's put a little bit of Prussian blue just by there. Whoops, I just banged my camera. Let's put a little bit of Prussian blue by there. This is just ordinary paint. It's not been thickened in any way. But the red has. So let's get some red back there. Let's get a touch of red. Prussian blue into that red. And it just makes it like a crimson-y colour, look. Let's get a bit more red. Ooh, lovely. Lovely, rich, deep colour. A bit more Prussian blue in there, like that. So rather than use black, use a bit of Prussian blue. And what it does, it makes that more like a crimson-y type of colour. And you can get away with that, because nobody knows what crimson looks like, really, do they? Let's be honest. Let's put another flower in there. Like that. Oof, lovely. Okay, a bit more kitchen roll. I'm running out of kitchen roll. I'm going to have to run and get some kitchen roll. But we'll have to manage. We have to manage. And put a bit more yellow. Donk in the middle. Bit of yellow in the middle. Let's get a big glob of yellow paint. There. Glob it in the middle there like that. Wow. Okay. So what we need to do now, get some blue. Get some blue like that. Using the colours that we got. Let's get a bit of white. Let's mix a bit of that white and blue together. Let's mix a bit more white to that. Let's get a big lump of white. Boosh. Boosh, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Somebody said that you could freeze it acrylic paint. Well, you can. If you've got paint over, put it in little pots. A little pill box or something like that. You could put it in the freezer. But don't forget, when it defrosts, it's going to get there's going to be a lot of moisture coming out of that paint, and it's going to thin your paint down. So be careful. Be careful. Another little flower going in here like that. Doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as it looks flowery. There we are. Get a bit of that cerulean blue. Let's put a bit of colour. A little bit of shadow in there like that, just to make it look like it's a bit of a flower. There we are. Oh, we got a mass of flowers now. A mass of flowers. We could put a little red centre in that one. There we are, just a little red dot like that. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. Okay, let's get some this green, and let's just put some more leaves here and there, like that. Let's get some dark green leaves coming in. like that. Whoops. So you can move this paint about, look, see, it doesn't matter, does it? I'm running out of kitchen roll. Let's get some more yellow. Let's get some more yellow, and then let's put some more flowers just coming in like this. Lovely. We could get some white and do the same thing. Now we're putting a bit of white here. This should actually lift this painting a bit. You see I'm sculpturing the paint. Not actually painting, just placing the paint on. This painting is very thick. This paint is very thick. So I'm fun with it. Plop that right in the middle like that. There we go. That's a nice painting, I think. Let's just darken up the base a little bit there. Whoosh, I just dropped that on. Doesn't matter. Flick it in. There we go. Put another little flower there, maybe. Having fun. That's what it's all about. We could get our palette knife if we wanted to, and let's put a few flicky marks in. There you go. I think you should see what hopefully I've done there. So thank you very much for joining me in the studio today. Now I've got to clean this mess up, have a bit of fun with a palette knife, one brush and some thick paint, and I will show you how to make the thick paint on another lesson. But from now on, and from me in the studio in Wales, have a nice day, and I will see you soon. Bye. Bye.